All right, y'all. So I'm just getting started. All right, so I'm back. It's my live, of course. Hold on, because the audio is loud. You can probably hear it in the background. Give me just 1 second. We're going to get to it. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to make sure I'm not echoing. It's going kind of slow. Okay. All right, bet. We on. All right, I don't hear no echo, so I'm good. All right, so I want to cover a couple topics. All right, y'all already know I'm live. Y'all live with Cam DIY. Y'all already know about the IIC podcast. I should be posting on there over the weekend. Another post is coming. Some hot topics are coming. Okay. But I am finna go over some stuff that I think is worth talking about right now, some current events and everything like that, or whatever is on my mind. Welcome to my Twitch. And if you're not on my Twitch is Cam DIY Live. If you're watching this on any other platform, you want to see the whole video of what I was talking about, go to Cam DIY Live on Twitch. Sorry, there's some more noise going on. Hold on, y'all. I didn't turn it all the way off. All right, cool. I'm good. All right. Did y'all see the game? The Pacers and Oklahoma. I don't know if y'all seen that game. Okay. Now, I don't know what you guys are a fan of. Y'all can leave in the comments or whatever the case may be. Y'all can respond. Don't know who I want to go for right now because I done fell off as far as watching basketball. But we did have game one if y'all did watch it. If y'all watched them Pacers, they came all the way back. It wasn't really all the way back, but Oklahoma had the lead, okay? Very well in the fourth quarter. They had the lead by at least 8 points, all right? Maybe 9 points it was. I can't remember exactly. One of the two. With literally probably 4 minutes left on the clock, okay? I don't know how the Pacers came all the way back, but they did. And they won by just 1 point, okay? So they won, I believe it was the last 2 seconds on the clock. Let me see exactly. Okay, so Halliburton. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. He was the one that hit that last shot, basically, the last 2 seconds. And then they said Alexander had about 38 points in the game, but he missed a lot of his shots during the game. And he actually was the one that missed that last shot that could have won the game by maybe it probably could have won the game by about 3. Or I think they were down 1 point already. So he could have won the game by probably 2 points if he would have made the shot. But anyway, long story short, he missed a shot, a jumper, mid-range jumper, and your boy came and took the game in less than 6 seconds, okay, on the clock, right? And then once he did that, it was about 3 seconds left on the clock. Of course, they called a timeout, and the final shot got blocked, basically. So basically, Oklahoma lost the game by 1 point, even though they was leading in the game in the fourth quarter. Okay, I don't know if they got too comfortable. I don't know what happened. Okay, I don't know. Like I said, I like basketball, but I haven't been following it completely. But we are in game one. I am gonna keep more up with the playoffs. Um, Another interesting thing about this is they say your boy Jay-Z basically. I am a little tired, y'all. I'm just gonna keep it 100, y'all. Okay, I'm a little tired because I just got off work. You know what I mean? Just keeping it real. But however, I did want to go over a few things. Okay, before I went ahead and laid down and called it a day. But anyway, so your boy Jay-Z, he probably got a sad face right about now because allegedly he put up $1 million on OKC. He basically like OKC is going to win, but he bet that they'll win. I believe allegedly about the 5th game, right? So by the time the fifth game, I don't know if he thought that they would win everything or if he just thought that they would win. I believe that he believes that Oklahoma is going to take the whole series by the fifth game. Okay. He put up $1 million. So right now, people are online like he probably not that happy right now because he already at an L. But as we know, it's 7 games. So best out of 7. It's not over. Jay-Z might get his money. But I heard that if he do win, he's probably going to be able to gain or profit over $2 million out of this. Okay. I think he bet with Fanatic Sports. Okay. So that's an interesting thing. Jay-Z placing the bet, $1 million bet, a pretty big bet. Let's hope he win, right? Let's hope he get his cash, right? But however, I don't know. They just lost. I think it was their home game. So that's not looking good to bring it in the season like that or whatever the case may be. All right. I did think that Jay-Z was a team owner, but I guess an NFL football owner or had partial stocks in it. I think really he had partial stocks, but he ended up selling it. Because I know somebody made a comment like, how can you bet on a game if you also an owner in the league? But from my understanding, he doesn't own or partially own any football teams. I think he just had some stocks or something like that he sold. And I think he sold it like in 2016 or something like that. So I guess at the end of the day, whatever he's doing, I guess is legal. He's not, I'm sure at his stature, he's going to try not to, get in any trouble as far as legally. But yeah, he put some big bucks on OKC. So for that sake, I hope OKC pull it through because I would hate to lose my millions and millions of dollars on a team. But hey, person like that, of that stature with that kind of money, that's toy money to him. That's how he have his fun. You know what I mean? I wish I had $1 million to do that. But anyway, we got some more stuff I want to talk about. Okay, I'm gonna pull it up real quick. So, because I want to go in a certain order, and the reason why is because I want to talk about this movie that came out on Netflix, and I don't want to spoil it for the ones who haven't seen it. Because basically, if you haven't seen it, I want to keep what I have to say towards the end, because that way you can cut this off if you don't want to spoil it. Because when I talk about this movie, I'm gonna talk about everything. Okay, so if you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. I'm gonna give y'all the name of the movie in a minute. Go watch it. Then you can come back and watch this. Or if you don't care about the movie being spoiled, let's get it. All right. So let's bounce on to Diddy, since we're talking about things that can get legal, right? So Diddy was in court, and I guess he got in trouble by the judge. And the reason why he got in trouble because he was making like a nodding notion. Now, these are allegations, of course, allegedly. He was nodding to the juror or the jury when somebody was giving a testimony, which is Cassie's supposedly friend or ex-friend, I believe, was the one that was giving the testimony at the time. And he was doing some nodding with his head and making some gestures. And basically, the judge seen it as unfit, or I don't know if he's seen it as intimidation, but he wasn't allowing it in the courtroom. So he said something to P. Diddy's lawyer. And then the lawyer said, hey, basically, we apologize. This won't happen again. But everybody made a big deal out of it because I guess they felt like maybe he was trying to persuade or potentially intimidate the juror while the testimony is being given. And the judge wasn't having that, okay? They said if he keep doing it, P. Diddy would not be allowed in the courtroom for the rest of the day. That's how that went. That's juicy. I don't think anything happened. I mean, he pretty much probably got it together because I didn't hear him getting kicked out of the courtroom or anything like that. But that's some juicy stuff, all right? Now, another thing that I did want to talk about as far as that is Cassie. Like the Cassie situation, all the stuff is starting to come out. Her friend is saying basically Diddy put Cassie, I believe, over the balcony. I believe she also said that he did the same thing to her. I know it was something with some allegations as far as him throwing her around the room. And they basically looking over text messages that are from like 2016. That's well over 10 years ago. So it's very interesting to see text messages being viewed 10 years ago, because I'm like, how do you even keep those messages? Do people just keep those messages, or do they just go to the company and get those messages? Do like companies delete messages after 10, 20 years? I don't know. Okay, it's getting sticky. So right now, that's the latest news that's coming out about P. Diddy. Is just his abuse that supposedly, allegedly was being done to Cassie and to Cassie's friend. They had a woman coming on the stage saying that P. Diddy basically started out as a good guy, took her out, took real good care of her, paid like $10,000 a month for her rent, but he started to have like once I had these freak offs, and she called it a hotel allegations, allegedly hotel nights is what they called it. Basically, he wanted her to sleep with other people, basically, and she was getting tired of that. She said it was happening too much. She had opened up the door to Pandora's box, but she couldn't close it. But she felt obligated to do it because I guess he took care of her. You know, he helped her with her rent and certain things like that. So right now, it's looking like that's what's going on. It's looking like you got multiple women, from Cassie to Cassie's friends to another lady, and they all basically saying P. Diddy was a certain type of person when it came to certain type of things, you know, that S word. All right, because I'm not sure if I can say all that, but that S word, he was about that life, and unfortunately, it looked like the life wasn't about him. All right, so let's just get into what I really want to get into, y'all. So, like I said, this movie, right? I'm gonna say a couple things about this movie because this is what I really want to talk about. I did try to jot some of the stuff down, but I'm gonna try to go off the top of the dome with this, okay? Because I really liked so much about this movie. I really had a lot of thoughts going on in my head about this movie and about the actors that also played in this movie. So we're gonna kick it off with the actors. First of all, we talking about Straw, okay? Straw on Netflix. Like I said, if you haven't seen it and you don't like spoilers, stop watching, come back after you watch it. If you don't care or if you already seen it, let's talk about it. So, Straw, I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up. Unfortunately, I got my other thumb with the mic in my hand, but I'm going to give Straw 2 thumbs up. The reason being is the characters that played in Straw. The director, the writer is Tyler Perry, okay? Tyler Perry is phenomenal, been phenomenal. I seen Tyler Perry come up from a youngin'. From me being a youngin', watching him do his plays, okay, he is amazing, okay. He always putting African American actors on. He deserves respect and credit for that, okay. I love the fact that we got somebody who caters to our community and caters to black art, okay, and not only in a realistic way, a positive way. He give you the negativity. He give you the sadness, the drama. He give you the current events. He give you everything in one. Okay, he's came so far from doing plays, but the one thing I do realize about Tyler is somewhere in his growth, he still keeps the same foundation of the way he do things because it's always been the same. It's always been about black drama / comedy / what's going on today. This movie is great. Okay, he got the main hitter in there, Taraji P. Henson. Can't get no better. I love Taraji P. Henson. I do. I love her acting. I love her emotions. I loved her in Empire. Like, loved her in Empire. She killed Empire. You know what I mean? She just the way she act. I love her in what's that movie? Hard Out Here for a Pimp. And he trying to get them. I can't even tell you what movie it is, but I love her in that movie. Okay, she's one of my faves for sure. All right. He also has Sherry Shepherd in here. I like Sherry Shepherd as well. Okay, I think Sherry Shepherd is a great actress. I think that this role she got right here looks really good on her. And I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about why I feel like that. Also, he had. See, this is why I write stuff down, y'all. See, like I said, this is raw uncut, so y'all got to follow me, okay? Tiana Taylor. All right, so boom, he had Tiana Taylor also in this movie. So you got Tiana Taylor, Sherry Shepherd, Taraji Taraji P. Henson, and I forget the guy who plays the lead detective. But I'm pretty sure I know him too. Oh, and you got Sinbad. All right, I was very very happy to see Sinbad. Now let's talk about the movie. Okay, let's get into the movie. And in between getting into the movie, I am going to talk about Taraji P. Henson and some of the recent things she said in some of her recent interviews, things like that. Okay, and how she basically described this movie. So the movie starts off her taking care of her daughter and things like that. Her daughter looks to be around, I don't know. She's a young girl, not high school, anything like that. She's a poor single mother. The daughter is talking about school and being teased at school for certain things and looking a certain way, things like that. She's offended. So right off the bat, you get single mother struggling, living in like, I think a 1-bedroom apartment and having a hard time paying her rent. And you already connecting with that poverty type of situation, lifestyle that certain women go through when they don't have no help or they don't have they have minimum resources, right? So off the back, I felt the connection with the movie. And I felt the connection because not just she's black, not just a woman or a single mother, the kid thing, just multiple things that was like, dang, I can understand. So this movie right here, I feel like a lot of people can relate to, especially black, and maybe not even black, but it covers a lot just off the bat coming on. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like everybody the average person are struggling in some type of way, whether they want to admit it or not, right? So anyway, it goes into her taking her to school, goes into her landlord, basically talking about, the money situation, things like that. I just want to touch on some of the key points that really hit me about this movie. Okay, so one is the way she was being disrespected. The way she was being disrespected was crazy. Okay, that's what really captivated me when I started watching this movie. When I seen the girl throw the glass at her feet, when I seen the landlord talk to her in a certain type of way, the child protective workers saying, what they were saying, I was just shocked. Okay, the main shocker was the police officer. When the police officer hit her car, you know what I'm saying, and was basically chasing her down, like she was an animal. That was crazy to me. Okay, that had me drawn into the movie really really fast. Like the whole time, I was just the whole time like in a shocker. Okay, so after that, the sadness hit, because the sadness came in not so much when her daughter got taken, but I believe when she got to the bank. So after the bank robbery, right? I mean, after the stick up, right? They come in, they stick the store up. She's behind there. The guy basically tried to take the money from her boss. Her boss basically treating her like a piece of crap, right? After all of that, first of all, when he was talking to her like that, all I kept thinking was like, I just want her to smack him. Like, just smack him in his face. I kept thinking she was going to smack him, but for some reason she wouldn't smack him, right? She was just taking so much, just taking it. It's like she was just getting bullied through the whole beginning of this movie, right? Almost the whole movie. Okay, she never smacked him. She never jumps on him. When she had that gun, and she grabbed that gun from that robber, right? And she shot that man. Okay, not the robber, right? I was like, okay, she shot this robber by mistake. Once that man, her boss, got on that phone and called the police and was like, when he said her name, it was like, she is in charge of this whole robbery. And I'm thinking to myself, she is for sure about to do something to this man. But I was kind of mad because I'm like, this whole time she been getting disrespected. She haven't been doing nothing to nobody. She haven't been snapping. She haven't been doing nothing. She's been taking it. So I'm like, if she keep taking this, I'm gonna be mad about this movie. I wasn't expecting her to kill him, but she did. I'm like, okay, that make a lot of sense because the way he was moving with her and the way he was treating her was terrible. You know what I'm saying? So in that instance, I I felt like okay, it's definitely something I want to keep my eyes on. The reason why I'm saying all this because I got mixed emotions with this Straw movie. I felt probably every emotion a human can feel watching this movie. All right, so that's what I'm saying. It's a great movie. If you want to cry, if you want to laugh, if you want to get mad, if you want to be happy, whatever you want to call it, every emotion in the book, this movie gonna do it for you in an hour and 40 minutes. That's about how long this movie is. I'm not exactly sure. Tyler Perry and these actors do that with this movie. Every emotion, you're going to feel it. I cried probably about 3 times. Okay, let's get to it. The part where I cried was, or I started to cry was when she got into that bank and she started tripping. You know, you could tell she was crying. She was frantic and she like, I just need my money. You know what I'm saying? I need my money. I'm not trying to rob no bank. I'm trying to do this for my daughter. That's when my emotions really started getting into it because it's like, dang, you know, this is really, really a sad, sad story that turned tragic. But it's like, it's so good. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times when I'm crying for movies, I'll be ready to turn it off. But I'm like, this is just too good. Like, I really want to see how this ends. So that part happened. And Sherry Shepherd, what I loved about Sherry Shepherd in this movie is that she really, really reminded me of a black woman who a lot of times don't get a lot of credit, but you know that one black woman that we probably all, if you're from a black community, came across who could be a psychiatrist if they wanted to. You know what I mean? They could be a psychiatrist. They're good at helping people going through mental breaks. You know, if you ever been through anything and you ever had that one person, that one black woman who can talk to you, look at you eye to eye, normalize life with you, even though you may not be quite there. She reminds me of that. I feel like every ghetto, every place where you got a lot of African Americans has that person. You know what I'm saying? And that person is really a backbone to the community and they deserve to be praised, you know? And Sherry Shepherd played that role so good. She deserved to be praised. Like she really deserved. Her and Taraji and Tiana, they all did a great job. They all deserve an award if you ask me. But Sherry Shepherd for sure. Like I really, really liked her role. I really thought her role was a good role. It really spoke to me because there's people like that that's in the community that keep the community going. It's people like that that keep people from crashing, and it's people like that that keep you focused. You know. And keep you from doing something stupid. Like she really walked that walk with her, and I really, 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 really appreciated that character in this movie. I really did. When she found out that her, you know, one funny part is when they found out it wasn't a bomb in her bag. That was hilarious. Okay, I'm like, that was hilarious. You could really see her heart. You know, it's just funny how mental illness is not taken seriously in a lot of places. And a lot of people's lives are being thrown away when they make a mistake because they are mentally ill. But the thing about it that I liked about that is you could see her heart through her mental illness, you know, or through her, whatever she was going through mentally, you could still see her heart. You know, she let the people run out the bank. You know, she wasn't the picture, and the picture they was trying to paint of her, she wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? That just wasn't what she was. And you could really, really, really see the good in her. She was just going through something. You know what I'm saying? She was going through something and, you know, it just hit the fan. What I wanted to say about it, though, was, another thing I loved about it. See, it's so much I loved about it. Another thing I loved about it is when Tiana smacked the police officer. Punched the police officer. Excuse me. When she punched the police officer who bullied Taraji when she was on the road, I loved it. And I'm just looking at it like that role really fit her because Taraji hit that man like where she was from, Harlem. And that Harlem girl came out and swung on that man. And I've seen Taraji get excited and she ain't. I don't think she afraid of a fight. I've seen her one time. They tried to prank her online, and I think she swung on that man. I think and if she didn't, she definitely probably would have and checked him. So I'm like, if she touched him at all and made and touched bases with him at all, he probably hurt. I love that part. It's probably gonna come to me sporadically, all the parts that happen in this movie. If I'm missing the part that was like, oh my God, or wow, let me know. The one thing about this movie that I was like, I had to double back and look at again was the ending, y'all. I want y'all to talk to me about the ending of this movie. From my understanding, the way it ended, basically, Taraji P. Henson lost her daughter last night. And she basically lost her mind in between that. And was delusional in a lot of ways. And so when all of this was happening, she was partially under the impression that her daughter was still alive, but her daughter had passed. This is what I'm thinking. This is what's going on. I got confused towards the end, and I do want to rewatch it. But if you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I'm thinking either that was going on, or they're basically saying your daughter passed away last night. Chill, you know what I'm saying? Because they started to replay the whole day, back in the movie. So and when they replayed it, they changed certain things in the scene. So I think the point of the movie was trying to say that basically the things that she was imagining earlier that day, the things that she was doing wasn't real. So I'm under the assumption that basically she lost it in between her losing her child, is what I'm guessing. And she was just frantic. I really want more clarity on that. That's the only thing about this movie. I was just like, the ending is not that clear for me. Some people like that in movies. That's not my favorite. That's not my favorite thing, when it comes to a movie. But other than that, I'm going to get this movie a 10. It made me feel a lot of things. And I'm telling you, an hour and 40 minutes, I felt a lot of things. And I definitely had teary eyes. For sure. I like the police thing because I feel like Tyler, like I said, does a very good job of keeping up with the time. So the police thing is something that happens. I like the fact that the girl was recording her while she was in the bank. People always record. I like the fact that people all had their cell phones out. All of that speaks to the time as far as what's going on today. I love to see a movie and a creator who has been in the game for over 15, he might be pushing 20 years, maybe more. I love to see a creator like that keep up with the time. I think he did a very good job picking the characters. The characters that he picked, I'm pretty sure, fit that role because they were able to relate to certain things as far as that role. I think that Tiana Taylor did a really, really good job. I know some of her background. I know she is a parent. I believe she is a divorced single mother of, I believe, 2 children. So I can see how she could fit that role and relate to that character as the negotiator, because she was negotiating with Taraji P. Henson in the bank, telling her I understand this and that. And she started crying. I honestly, in that moment, I started crying too. I'm not even going to lie, because it was just like so heartfelt. And the crazy thing about it was I was watching this at work. So, I'm getting like, I'm trying to keep my head down and keep my head, you know what I'm saying? My earphones in. I don't want nobody to see me crying at work, looking soft, you know what I'm saying? But I don't really care. The movie was dope. The movie was dope. So shout out to Tyler for that. And as far as Taraji, she did a recent interview and she was just saying she could definitely relate a little bit to the character. Her position in it was to just make sure people see this person, because if you didn't see everything this person was going through, you would just look at this person as of a villain, somebody that need to be put down, just another crazy person. But this person was really, 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 really going through a lot. And it's a lot of people out here that has minimum wage jobs, jobs that don't pay enough. How you gonna work a minimum wage job, pay these crazy high bills, and take care of a family by yourself? It's almost really impossible. So a lot of people can relate to this character. A lot of people can relate to being bullied. A lot of women can relate to not being protected or being taken advantage of in a lot of scenarios. Another thing that really like wooed me about this movie was when the officer, not the officer, the FBI agent came, they came to take it over. And when Tiana Taylor said, hey, was about to talk, while he was on the phone with Taraji, trying to, at this point, the FBI got involved. They're not trying to negotiate. They just basically trying to use force and push her out. And Tiana Taylor didn't want that. Tiana Taylor like, look, I already got a rapport with her. Let me finish doing what I'm doing. She's going to come out. And once he got on the phone with her and Tiana Taylor was about to speak, he was like, shh, wait, I don't know if he said shh, but I promise you, whatever he said, he was like, and he put his finger in her face. Of course, he's Caucasian guy. She's a black woman. And it was just like the disrespect. Like Tyler knew he was doing, man. Tyler made it feel real. And like I said, in less than 2 hours, you got to feel how people feel all around the world. You know what I'm saying? How women feel all around the world. How black women feel all around the world. Taraji did state that she basically feel like this is her passion, this is her calling, you know what I'm saying, to basically be an advocate for black women, and I'm glad she took this role because this is the role that will speak to that. If that's the journey she on and she, about progression in the black community, especially with black women, this is a great, 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 great role for her. And this was a great movie. I like this movie. I did. I like this movie. I'll definitely watch this movie again, but it'd have to be I had to be energized for it because it got me down a little bit, but it also picked me up. He covered everything. This movie covered everything. Okay? So that is my live today. I hope y'all doing cool out there. Like I said, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. I'm going to be coming with some more and more and more videos for y'all. It's going to be nonstop. Like I said, this right here, it's not going to be no editing. It's just going to be raw. It's going to be uncut. All my mistakes. Like I said, if you see a booger in my nose, it's just going to be on my nose. I don't really care. Okay? Y'all going to see me for who I am on this channel. All right? But if y'all want to see something, see me talking to my homegirl, my partner, Gorgeous on IIC Podcast, y'all can check that out. If y'all want to see me working on my house, putting things together, you can go to Cam's DIY. Y'all can check that out. I'm thinking about coming up with another somewhat show. It's probably going to be live. It's probably going to include somebody else, but I don't want to talk too much. I got to really make sure that this is what I'm going to do. I got to really make sure it's something I'm sold on. It's going to be like different from what you used to seeing or what y'all might be used to seeing. But I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. However, if y'all didn't see that movie, see that movie. Let me know what y'all think. Let me know what y'all opinions on it. If y'all did see it, just I want to talk about it. I need somebody to talk to. I'm just trying to tell y'all this right now. All right? So I'm about to get up out of here. All right? And if you want more, you let me know. We out. I'm going to disconnect. Peace. Okay?